list here of some of the projects that DARPA has played a key role in over the last few decades. You've got the internet, GPS starting in 1959, virtual reality, satellites, stealth aircraft. Projects that DARPA has played a key role in over the last few decades. You've got the internet, GPS starting in 1959, virtual reality, satellites, stealth aircraft, UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, night vision, precision guidance, smartphones, even Siri. I mean, the list goes on and on.
It's a tremendous heritage. And of course, the challenge for those of us who have the privilege of serving at DARPA today, our job is to make the investments now in 2014 that become those kinds of transformations for the next generation.
Give me an example of a surprise that DARPA created.
One example is stealth aircraft that allowed our warfighters to go into very contested environments and evade radar, which was an amazing new capability when that became possible.
The stealth fighter, the B-2 bomber.
Exactly. Yep. And then on the enabling technology side, 45 years ago, DARPA did this sort of crazy experiment, which was to hook a couple of computers together and have them talk to each other. That was the beginning of the ARPANET, which became the internet today.
So Al Gore, eat your heart out, DARPA invented the internet.
So, Al Gore did a lot to make it the real internet that we've got today, but DARPA planted the very first seeds for that.
Yeah. So can DARPA say we created the internet, or they can say that DARPA has played a list here of some of the projects that DARPA has played a key role in over the last few decades. You've got the internet, GPS starting in 1959, virtual reality, satellites, stealth aircraft, UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, night vision, precision guidance, smartphones, even Siri. I mean, the list goes on and on.
It's a tremendous heritage. And of course, the challenge for those of us who have the privilege of serving at DARPA today, our job is to make the investments now in 2014 that become those kinds of transformations for the next generation.
Give me an example of a surprise that DARPA created.
One example is stealth aircraft that allowed our warfighters to go into very contested environments and evade radar, which was an amazing new capability when that became possible.
The stealth fighter, the B-2 bomber.
Exactly. Yep. And then on the enabling technology side, 45 years ago, DARPA did this sort of crazy experiment, which was to hook a couple of computers together and have them talk to each other. That was the beginning of the ARPANET, which became the internet today.
So Al Gore, eat your heart out, DARPA invented the internet.
So, Al Gore did a lot to make it the real internet that we've got today, but DARPA planted the very first seeds for that.
Yeah. So can DARPA say we created the internet, or they can say we did something very early that got it going?
We created the ARPANET, which was the predecessor network, and the internet grew out of that. And like so many of our investments, we plant these early seeds that create a technology base, and then after that, vast numbers of other people across the technology community and a huge amount of entrepreneurship and private capital, all of that has to happen to turn those ideas in the technology base into the internet and the smartphone that you have in your pocket and the technologies that have changed how we live and work.
So the smartphone too. DARPA had a role in what we now know as the smartphone.
A lot of the technologies that went into the smartphone. So the chip that's in your phone that talks to the cell tower and sends a radio signal, actually shares a common heritage with the really sophisticated radars that are on Navy ships that help us see where the adversary is. They both trace back to core technology investments to make semiconductor components be able to send radio waves.
So when Siri just isn't listening to me, can I say doggone DARPA?
You should try it, see what happens. That would be great.
See if she responds, see if she gets it together.
この支払い
解除して、一応ミュート解除して、はいはい。はい。これね、はい。because誰か、マイク、スピーカー。Chain with UA, please turn off your speaker and using the headphone or microphone, headphone or earphone, please, because it makes a howling. Okay. はいはい。じゃあ、it's okay. Today's part is this kind of military technology. Military robot is the main part of today. Yes. ロボット for special environment で、the battlefield. So therefore, the military robot, combat robot, unmanned weapons, autonomous weapons. And then the second part is stop this kind of killer robot. This kind of killer robot campaign has been started. So therefore, the what kind of these activities I want you to understand. So, firstly about the detail of the military technology. で、as an introduction here, I have shown the military technology, but it is very, very related to the present, the everyday technology. The listed right side is all of them is started from the military technology. So therefore, the technology is always the advance at the time of war. っていうことで、then today's question I have given is like this. 5 questions is definition and classification of military robot. And as an example of the military robot, PackBot, first look is one, and the BogDog, Spot Mini is the other, and 4 and 5 is advantage and disadvantage of military technology or the military robot, army robot, autonomous weapons. Yes, just firstly, I ask you to show your answers to this question 1. Question 1, military robot no definition and classification. So the Tenchen can manage the reporting from each student. Can you share your answer to this sharing window? UA, okay. Yes, thank you.
Military robots are autonomous robots or remote controlled mobile robots designed for military application, from transport to search and rescue and attack. From the form, they can be divided into unmanned ground vehicles, unmanned aerial vehicles, unmanned surface vehicles, and unmanned underwater vehicles. From the products, they can be divided into combat robots that can be equipped with weapons system for offensive operations, and search and rescue robots that can assist in locating and rescuing personnel, and logistical support robots that can transport supplies and equipment, and mine clearance robots that can clear landmines and other explosive forms.
Sure, I have a comment. Okay. ゆえ、これ、reference list is required. Reference list for each question. Maybe your report should be, section 1 is answer 1. 例えばね、for example, question 1なんだけど、で、1.1 が maybe the definition part because definition and something, you should write something. And 1.2 is classification. Classification って多分 you should make some subsection because this question has two parts, classification part, definition part, and classification part. And you may have referred some of the military the definition of military robots are robot is something is that. But maybe this is not your consideration, but you may have referred some site or the papers or something. So therefore, in that case, you have to make the reference site of the number reference list. で、この reference 1は pat the author's name and the author's name and the paper title and the journal name and the volume and number to the PP page to page, and also the pitch year, or if you can, the DOI number should be listed. So this kind of thing you have to do in this, for example, the classification part, if you do some the classification by robot form だったらなんか something and the by何次ロボット purpose だったら something とか maybe これ例えば1.2 のサブセクションの and sub category, so therefore the A part is something, B part is the purpose classification, A part is a form classification, B part is a purpose classification, and the C part is a robot control method classification とか you can do this kind of thing because if you make this kind of これなんか tree だよね tree system. One is a question one, and 1.1 is a subsection, and the 1.2 is a second subsection, And then this is one thing is a form classification, purpose classification, the control method classification or something. This kind of thing is very, very easy structure, easy to understand structured contents. Okay. This kind of thing is very, very important for you to do for the engineers. So please do this kind of thing. It's the second reference is like this, third reference is like this or something. That this kind of thing is very good for your technical writing skill. Okay? So please do like this. This is a very, very simple example. And sorry that I have referred your answer to this writing methodology, but this is what I said in the. This is also said in this part, maybe. この最後のところ。OK。このbody text must be professional style というのは、engineer's professional style, it means. So section items well organized, appropriate title, heading, reading words, divided into significant paragraphs. But firstly, this part is important. Section, item, well organized, tree structure, and the good reading words. It means as I shown you here, or 1.1 のsubsection は definition, 1.2 のsubsection は classification, and the third level, the by robot form classification, the third level B is a robot purpose classification, third level is third of the third level is a control method classification. So this kind of thing is the appropriate heading is also very useful to make it well organized, and then for others to understand your writing easy, even in the first look. Okay, so please do this kind of thing. Try to do as much as possible. Is my suggestion. Not only for you, but all the students. Okay? Hi, this thing. Thank you. じゃあ、proceed to the next student. ちょっと待って。
Okay. Here it's my answer. I misunderstanding the question that I didn't give the definition of the military robots. I just classify them and do every definition for the classification categories. As I find that the professor have sorted it by purpose in the lecture materials that he sorted it into combat robot and armed weapon system, and to divide separate from them. They could regard as the soldiers and regard as the combat vehicles. And also, I would like to supplement for the lecture sorting methods that I give the surveillance robot as the spy, and the logistic and the support robot as the logistics personnel. These robots are also made for combat use. Actually, it also works when divided by control methods, but because of the development of modular design, the division will be less important. So I also mentioned that what is remotely controlled and semi-autonomous and fully autonomous. For the semi-autonomous, they perform tasks independently under high-level human supervision. However, because the modular we could just make the robots that it could be sometimes remote controlled and sometimes all autonomous. So I don't think this division method would last a long time. In the future, they would basically sorted by the purpose.
OK。そう。ね、じゃあ、コメントね。similar thing. So, the purpose. Purpose classification something. ね、なんか something. っていうのと、じゃあ、コントロールメソッドのクラシフィケーションは、リモートリーとか、セミオートノマスとか、フーリーオートノマスロボット。You can categorize. Okay. But this kind of first thing, このコントロールメソッド、クラシフィケーション by コントロールメソッドとか、クラシフィケーション by purpose とか。This kind of なんか leading word, heading is very important to show. Okay. Without this kind of label, we cannot understand what you are saying. So the organizing well means like this. Okay. So this thing is very important to make a good organized reporting. Hi, thank you.
Um, I think my format is also have a lot of problem. Excuse me. I will remake it after the class. Uh, I think that the military robots are autonomous or remotely controlled robots designed for military use with tasks that include search, rescue, and attack. There are several major classifications of robotic forms, such as drones, tracked robots, and four-legged robots. Form is have a lot of questions. I will remake it after class. すいません。 I don't complete the all of the writing. I firstly write the that's the contents of the Corolla robots. I think Corolla robots have the advantage that they have better ability of moving in flexible environment because of the truck. Mm, uh, this environment means that the ground, such as the ground on the battlefield, mm, and the truck will also increase the contact area of the robots with the ground. I think it may mean that they can carry more weight, and the crew is also comparably well maintained, and it means that they can be easier to repair on the battlefield. And for the leg robot, for 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 like the robot, I think I think that they have the advantage that they are more agile. It means that they can move more easier on the on the stair or some place else that have um that can can move more easier on times that's stairs and they also have the advantage. I think that I think I think that maybe they also have disadvantage because the contact area of the four-leg robots um, it, it's smaller than the career in the same case. I think they will they will carry less weight than the career robots because maybe they are more easier get into the ground when they work in the soft ground. 以上です。
こんにちは、着物マムです。私が笑うと視聴者の皆さんが笑ってくれる。
Traditional legged robots are
サブタイトルとかで、これは出な
あ、
い。
これ、あ、
出ない。出るね。
はい。え
でもこれは、
なん
スペイン語かなんか。
じゃあ英語で。
うん。
はい。
声出してる、声。
え
うん。
声が出てこないんですか？
声出てこない。
あー
カウント共有っていうとこ、押したこれシェアするときに。
多分、いつも同じようにシェアしていますけど、じゃあもう一度停止して、もう一度シェアしよう。
うん。
Pilots directed almost 3,000 precision strikes last year. We're super proud of it. It allows you to separate the bad guys from the good. It's a big deal. But we have something much bigger. Your kids probably have one of these, right? Not quite. Hell of a pilot? No. That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors, and just like your phones and social media apps, it does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents. They used to say guns don't kill people. People do. Well, people don't. They get emotional, disobey orders, aim high. Let's watch the weapons make the decisions. Now, trust me, these were all bad guys. Now, that is an airstrike of surgical precision. It's one of a range of products. Trained as a team, they can penetrate buildings, cars, trains, evade people, bullets, pretty much any countermeasure. They cannot be stopped.
Autonomous weapon systems have the capability of deciding to kill
because
without
we
humans
are
involved.
thinking big. Watch. A $25 million order now buys this. Enough to kill half a city. The bad half. Nuclear is obsolete. Take out your entire enemy, virtually risk-free. Just characterize him, release the swarm, and rest easy. These are available today. We have a distribution network taking orders from military, law enforcement, and specialist clients.
The nation is still recovering from yesterday's incident, which officials are describing as some kind of automated attack, which killed 11 U.S. senators at the Capitol building.
They flew in from everywhere but attacked just one side of the aisle. It was chaos. People were screaming.
You can see high windows, very small, precisely punctured to gain entry to the building.
What did you do for the victim?
I just did what I could for him. Things weren't even interested in me. They're just buzzing.
Government sources admit the intelligence community has no idea who perpetrated the attack, nor whether it was a state, group, or even a single individual.
So if we can't defend ourselves, then we strike back.
We are investing very heavily in classified defense projects.
We make it our deterrent like our nuclear deterrent. We stockpile in the millions, the billions.
At key facilities, the White House, the New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street.
Safe in their homes.
Well, we wish we had boots on the ground in every community in this country, but we don't. So our instructions, our suggestions are to stay in touch with you.
Ollie, oh, hi. Hi, Ollie, honey. How's Edinburgh today? How are all your studies going, huh?
Good. Great.
Oh, great. Hey, aren't we doing a video call today?
I'm kind of with people, so.
Oh, well, come on, Oliver, put her on.
Oh no, it's not like that. No, wait.
Oh, well, listen, I see some photos here with somebody, and I can see lots of likes, and what's that all about? Oh, wait a minute here, and on your
Mom, she's on the spy stuff in the military.
What is this video right here? Oh, no, I'm not going to click on that.
It's just this human rights thing about oppression or whatever.
Honey, you're not going into politics, are you? I mean, no protest march.
Safe here, just like you said it would be.
Heavy traffic approaching the A720 this morning due to police.
Police are not saying this morning what prompted the alert.
Claim relaxing firearm legislation would be useless against the so-called slaughter bots.
Just to stay away from crowds. When indoors, keep windows covered with shutters.
Protect your family. Stay inside.
Autonomous weapon systems have the capability of deciding to kill without humans involved.
No human intervention at all. It will select that target and engage that target.
This is no longer some sort of distant future science fiction scenario. It's actually right now.
The Pentagon has announced a new initiative to use this technology.
There are so many developments, it's hard to, even keep track.
The window is getting smaller and smaller to stop proliferation.
This is an inflection point for humanity.
It forebodes grave consequences of the future of life if it is not regulated.
In 2017, the Future of Life Institute's Slaughterbots video warned the world of what was to come. That future is now here. In September 2023, the United States announced the Replicator Initiative, a plan to acquire and unleash small autonomous weapons at the scale of multiple thousands in areas such as the South China Sea. These systems are designed to replace humans.
The idea of a machine that functions without human judgment to pull the trigger to kill human beings, that idea itself is quite repugnant.
Then there are legal concerns. Who do we hold accountable? If there are war crimes, if there was an error, algorithms make mistakes.
Trying to build systems that will interpret human behavior and classify humans into combatants or non-combatants is futile. You have a huge amount of complexity and ambiguity, and that is exactly what automated systems are very bad at dealing with.
International humanitarian law means assessment of proportionality. It means to be able to distinguish between civilians and combatants. It means to take feasible precautions in attack. The human role is absolutely essential in making these assessments.
You have here a weapon that allows you, on a massive scale, to identify targets on the basis of their race, ethnicity, occupation. Autonomous weapon system will empower and enable genocide the world over. The prevention of any kind of weapons, allowing the targeting on the basis of those human characteristics is absolutely essential.
Condanneremo l'umanità a un futuro senza speranza se sottraessimo alle persone la capacità di decidere su loro stesse e sulla loro vita, condannandole a dipendere dalle scelte delle macchine.
I think it's highly likely that at some point we would see an inadvertent attack by an autonomous weapon. During the Cuban Missile Crisis, you almost had nuclear jets taking off because a grizzly bear climbed over a fence in Minnesota. And this is even without the addition of a lot of complicated software, which is hard to understand or impossible to understand if you're using these black box ML components. And it's on a hair trigger.
We do know what flash crashes are. We've seen them on the financial markets.
All of a sudden here, we started hearing screaming.
Those algorithms interacting with their environment in unforeseen and unintentional ways, and then stocks plummeting.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped more than 900 points.
We could get into, basically an algorithmically triggered shooting war that no human intended to take place. Some people say that is what needs to happen first before we come to our senses. I hope we're smarter than this. I hope we can, converge on regulations before something bad happens.
We are in the beginnings of an autonomous weapons arms race. States know what needs to be done. They're talking about a potential treaty.
What we've seen in this conference in Vienna today is global solidarity. A majority of the member states of the world are here present, and I believe the majority of the nations of the world will support this call for a legally binding instrument.
The position of the ICRC is that autonomous weapons should be regulated and two types of autonomous weapon systems should be prohibited. The first one are unpredictable ones. Secondly, weapons designed to target people.
The international community is clearly against the unregulated development and deployment of autonomous weapons. Although we have much work ahead of us, Costa Rica has complete confidence in the community gathered here to achieve it.
If we all agree that we don't want to live in a world where algorithms decide to kill people, we have what we need to move forward.
We've got a two-pronged approach. We have a prohibitive part where we're saying don't build weapons that we can't control. Duh. And all the other weapons, all we need to guarantee is that there's meaningful human control in the human-machine relationship. Basically, that's the framework for how we can solve this. Now it's about actually acting upon that. That's been hard even before the Russian war in Ukraine and then the Israel-Gaza war. Now it's gotten even harder to get people to move on this.
Unfortunately, there are some countries who don't really seem to be interested in moving forward with regulation. The challenge is to move forward as inclusively as possible without letting a few stymie the whole process.
When we look to history, humans have acted to safeguard humanity at very adversarial times. During the Cold War, we produced treaties on biological and chemical weapons, and at the time, a lot of people said that's impossible. We need these weapons for deterrence or to stay safe, but the world realized that they presented tremendous risks.
Geopolitics is bad, but it's not the reason not to make progress. It's precisely because of geopolitics that we have to desperately try to make as much progress as possible.
Sierra Leone has its own experience of civil conflict. We don't want AI and autonomous weapons system to also land in the hands of deleterious non-state actors such as terrorists and armed traffickers and warlords.
Stepping out of an arms race requires courage and foresight. We have done it before, and we can do it again.
It's important to realize that you can defend yourself against autonomous weapons without possessing them, just like we have countermeasures for biological and chemical weapons.
The Secretary General has taken a very clear position. He has been actually saying that this idea of a fully autonomous weapon, it's morally repugnant and it should be prohibited by international law. And very soon, the Secretary General said 2026, it is really a sense of urgency that we all have. Let's do the work quickly, because this is really about protecting all of us.